This is Craig Carr. Well, Craig, mate, fantastic running that one. You just did enough, and you've been doing enough all weekend. It really should put you up there quite a bit for that feature race.
Yeah, don't jinx it, Jace. Hey, the car was good then. The track sort of came back. We were a bit tight in that first one, so we just held our own. Made a few passes, and we got sort of held up a bit there, but then we got where we wanted to get to, and hopefully it gives us a good start for the feature. Car's performing well, though. You must be happy with it. Any changes? I can see him poking around on the back right-hand side there. Is there something you're not happy with? We're just going to give a slight tweak for the 30 lapper and go from there, but the car's, it's on point, so we're happy. Absolutely. So anything else you're going to do? How's the driver going? Are you handling the jandal? I'll trim myself up, get me ready for the feature. So there's fast guys all around us, so we're just going to step our game up and hopefully do what we can do. What are you going to do for the feature? I mean, is this a 30-lap car? I mean, it's an X2 Pro X, so clearly it's designed to do that. Have you got the setup for it, though? Yeah, we do, actually. With our whole idea of racing down here this season was to get on top of this track. You know, obviously it means a lot to me and the family. So I want to try to be as good as what Dad was here. And in the previous features, this car's really shone, and hopefully it can do it again tonight. As Phil Burgess pointed out earlier on, it doesn't matter. You're still going to leave here with a single number. He did, and he's done that well. So hopefully it's lower, Jace. Let's hope so. Righto, Craig. Good sponsors, just quickly. Cable Racing Supplies, Mum, Dad, they're our main sponsors, and everyone that does, all our crew that's helped us. A crew that's gone home, you know, they're a big part of the team. Hopefully we can deliver for them tonight, and they're all watching. So hi guys back home, sun's out and you're home, so bugger, but hey, let's get the job done. Apparently the Wayne and the boys are watching as well. Yeah, Wayne and George, I wish you were here, but it's all good. Stace and Wales, they'll be watching too, so hi to all them. Good as gold, mate. Best of luck for the couple of races. At least you won't have to go through the repecharge anyway. No, we'll see where we start in the feature and just get the job done, hopefully. Get on it. Thank you. You've got to learn to interview better, though. I want more hype out of you, mate. So, because if you're going to get the one, you're obviously going to be pretty hyped up then, aren't you? We're full rev then, Jace. Good stuff. Here we go, Craig Carville, 8C.
Thanks, Jace. And out on the track at the moment, what have we got with the Copen Group and the Pits TV Group? We do, and we're just waiting for the thumbs up there from Paul Berg, and so we did get a thumbs up, and so that means the drivers at the front are happy with the state of the track. The water's gone in, so we should be good to go. So,
and I did notice a shout out there to Wayne Hemi and Jordan Deere, both, of course, all three of the cars, Craig Cardles and those two, all running Cornet Fords.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. So Paul Berg's off the front. Had a very good previous heat. Let's hope he can bank some points here. Richie Taylor's on the second row there as well, alongside Ricky Bolton. And away we go. And Paul Berg gets swallowed in a Bolton and Taylor sandwich. Richie Taylor gets to the front, and he's hauling away out of turn 2. A little bit of contact to the back of the pack there. The 6 car was bouncing around. 817, Jackson Lovelady's making some good progress up the outside. Paul Berg's car just not quite on song there. He's dropping back. There's a big bottleneck coming down the front straight, but everyone seems to have got through okay. The 6 of Flynn trying to get past Paul Berg. The 817 lifting the front wheel, and he's trying to get past Berg as well. Has to pull out of it. Out front, coming down the straight, it's Richie Taylor, who's got about 3 or 4 car lengths over the 1 of Steve Carling. The 861 of Ricky Bolton's got a car length or 2 over the 6 of Grant Flynn. 76 Paul Berg. Doesn't look totally comfortable at the moment, but he's holding on to 5th place there. Then Jackson Lovelady, Dave Manera, the 11 of Dixon, starting to look quite racy. He's got the 6 of Kane Lawson behind him and the 94 of Caitlin Haywood. The 34 of Ray Stewart's in the mix too. Bardsley's third from back, and then Chase Rodder and the 53 are battling at the back of the field. So another lap ticked off for Richie Taylor. That's 4 down now as he's leading comfortably. Well, not that comfortably actually, because it looks as though the 1NZ car's found its groove, and he's giving Richie Taylor something to think about. He's only a car length behind, and he's closing in on him on the turns. Richie seems to have the power on the straight. Opens up a couple of car lengths, and then on the turns, Richie's going in deep, and Cowling's keeping it tight and making it hard for Richie. The 861 of Ricky Bolton having probably his best race of the meeting so far, holding on to a solid 3rd place, but he's got the 6 of Flynn closing on the back of him from 4th, and he's going to face some issues very soon as Flynn gets on him. Long way back to the 76 of Paul Berg, who's holding off the 88 of Manera and the 817 of Jackson Lovelady. The 11 car of Dixon trying to get some go forward round the outside. but the track not quite there at the moment. It'll come to him, I think. 34 Ray Stewart's keeping these guys honest. And there's a few others in the back of the field. Kane Lawson not able to make the impact he did earlier in the night. So Richie Taylor running down the back straight at the moment past the Value Cars Warehouse grandstand. He's got a couple of car lengths over Cowling, and Cowling's got to defend now because Ricky Bolton's found his groove, found his mojo, found the hustle as he pushes the 6 car to the wall on the front straight. This is the Ricky Bolton of old. This is the Ricky Bolton we all paid to come and see. Flynn dropping off the back of this group now. We've got one
Berg
round.
went round and he's taken about 4.
So we've had a big pile up in, well actually to be fair, not so much of a pile up, just a spin up in turn 2. I don't think it was only 2 cars that actually came together, but the rest of them spun up in sympathy.
76 and 88 went round. Berg went round. Manera spun to avoid him. We get good at doing that, to be honest.
And we're about to go green and racing for a couple more laps, well 4 more actually. Richie Taylor on the gas from the 1NZ of Cowling. Again, Taylor goes a bit deep. Cowling's trying to get the drive up down low, but he can't quite make it happen. The 861 still in 3rd place under pressure from the 6 of Flynn. The 817 of Jackson Loveladies having a good race here, and he's in 5th place at the moment, trying to fight off the 11 of Dixon. Ray Stewart's in the mix as well, and Kane Lawson seems to have woken up to the possibilities of the high line, and he's given it heaps out there. So down past the Value Cars grandstand, Richie Taylor's still got the lead, but it's barely a lead. It's half a car length over the 1NZ of Cowling, and Cowling just a car length or 2 ahead of 861 Ricky Bolton. Grant Flynn in the 6 car trying to get past Bolton, but he just can't get the drive out wide. The drive out wide seems to be being found by the 817, who's making good progress, and he's going to put some pressure on Flynn very shortly. He's going to run out of laps though, because we're in the white zone now. Just 1 to go as Richie Taylor passes under the white flag. He could bring this one home, and he will want to bring it home from Cowling in 2nd place in the 861 of Bolton. Flynn's got a great exit out of 2. Can he convert that into a pass on Bolton? He's running high. Can't quite turn it in. Has issues with front end grip there. He's going to have to settle for 4th. Richie takes it. 1NZ 2nd and Ricky Bolton 3rd.
As we watch the final few come over the start finish line, out of all of that, fastest car was on lap 3, a 17.64 of Paul Berg. So it's not that unfortunately didn't do him a lot of good at it. As we look further through, to be fair, Steve Cowling did a 17.65, so 0.01 of a second slower.
Well, they're actually, everybody wants to talk to Ricky Bolton. I think Speedway New Zealand are the next ones that want to talk to Ricky Bolton. Of course, we just wanted to get your side of that story, that incident that came out of turn 4 there. It looked like there's a bit of a rut involved, but somebody sort of said you might have climbed a tyre, or somebody climbed somebody's tyre. How did you see it from your seat?
Oh, it's awfully rough out there, and I just come out of 4 and we're hitting ruts all the way down the straight, and next time I felt a whack and I thought, was that a rut or was that a car? And I wear a head neck restraint, so you can't sort of turn too far, and I caught a glimpse of green, and then I got whacked the second time, and then we just carried on to the turn. So I don't know what happened after that. Why did he hit the wall or something?
I'm sure he did. He hit the wall, and I think he bounced off, and there's a bit more contact again. So, but you were the car in front, from what I believe, is that right?
Yeah, well, the guy in front, he really can't hit anybody, can he? So it's the guy behind that's obviously doing the hitting. So I'll be surprised if the ref wants to tell me off. I don't know how he can get into trouble for hitting a car behind.
I think they've just called you up, so we can't hold you up. Maybe I'll just, if we keep talking, Ricky, they might forget about you.
I know, they won't forget about me. Don't you worry about that.
You're one of those people you can't be forgotten about, eh?
No, that's right, can't. No, I better go and see what they say.
Righto, mate. Well, hey, might as well get your sponsors out, because you might need to pay a bit of a fine for it.
Yeah. Gypsy Royal Stud, BRT, Mum and Dad and Josh, they basically look after us in the wife's wallet, so she meant.
Good stuff, mate. Hey, well, congratulations on that good placing. I mean, it's a 3rd place. You need the points, but unfortunately your night was undone last night. There was an incident that involved you that you got the hard end of the stick, and it was admitted that you got the hard end of the stick, but the decision had already been made, so that was your deal done, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was just one of those. It's speedway. It's they call it sport. Sometimes you get the rub of the green. Last night I didn't. We'll see if I get the rub of the green over this one, eh?
We'll catch up shortly, eh?
All right, thanks, Jace.
Okay, Ricky Bolton, President of Speedway New Zealand, and of course he's here as a competitor in the 861D car. That was a pretty interesting interview there, boys.
Okay, Richie, my mate, 58C, you won your last heat. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, no, we're happy with how we've gone in the heats, and we've sort of done the best we could and kept our nose clean, so we got a good car going into the final. We're happy.
Have you checked up on the board to see if you've qualified or not?
I've got people, and yes, they've done that. So we're starting out at grid 3.
Yep, cool. Safe. All right, who are some of your sponsors you'd like to thank?
We've got Edge Parts Performance, we've got Gorge Chassis, we've got Suck It Up Limited, Cylinder Head Specialist, Fairview Fiberglass. Yeah, we got lots of people helping us, all about signs. We got loads. Got my main man Jack here, he's crewing tonight.
Hi. Hi.
Yeah, so no, we're happy. It's a really good looking lineup for the feature, so it's going to be a hell of a race.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much. I'll catch up with you later, eh?
Yep, that's
okay.
the one.
Hi, I'm Scott Williamson and welcome to X Factor Cars. Family owned and operated from 2 locations, Invercargill and Cromwell. Specialising in everything V8 from Holden Ford, HSV, FPV, and with Southland's biggest selection of American muscle, we've got most bases covered. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Get the X Factor.
At Wholesale Tyres in Whakatane.
Need truck tyres? Wholesale tyres. Good tyres, better prices, great people.
There's just one lap to go. Just briefly had a conversation before with Chief Referee Bill Clarkson. There's no relegation to Ricky Bolton. That was treated as a racing incident. They had a look at the footage and spoke to the drivers and the reps and were satisfied it was a racing incident between the 861 and Flynn's car in the previous race. So we're about to go with a repechage. 12 laps. First 2 across the line will squeak into the back of the New Zealand Super Saloon final. Here we go, Jackson Lovelady and the 5 of Flynn. It's tight round there, but Flynn running the outside line gets the jump and he's away. Jackson Lovelady in second place. Paddy North squeaks through to third, but Ricky Bolton's not having any of that. Sneaking up the inside, trying to get past Paddy North. They bump together there. 3 wide coming out behind them with Emerson, Johnson and Rodder all together and more at the back of the field. Johnson lifting the inside wheel there, has to back out as Emerson seems to have found a bit more pace. Ricky Bolton's dropped off the back of Paddy North a bit there, who's taken over third place. No doubt about it, Steve Flynn and the 5B cars got this race by the shortened curlies as he's into turn 1, and he's already 3 or 4 car lengths ahead of Jackson Lovelady. Jackson doesn't need to worry too much though. He needs to finish second to get into the final there. He's got to watch what's happening behind him. He's going to have done those little swivel heads on him because 46 Paddy North is closing on the 817 and Ricky Bolton has not given up yet either. Brent Emerson having one of his better races of the night. I think Johnson's just a little off the pace. Chase Rodder and Kevin Moore, sorry, bye-bye. So out front, it's Flynn ticking off another lap. That's 4 completed now of this 12-lap race. He's got a decent lead of a couple of seconds, 2.4 seconds over Jackson Lovelady in the 817. And Jackson's fighting off the 46 of Paddy North. The 861, Ricky Bolton right in the mix there too. If either of these two make a mistake, Bolton's going to get it. They're absolutely nose to tail coming out of turn 4. Jackson just opens it up a fraction earlier, gets a car length ahead of North, and North opens the door for Ricky Bolton, who takes the inside pass and gets through. So Ricky Bolton in third place now, but third's not good enough. Third will not get you into the final, Ricky. You've got to get one further up. So what's Jackson got to say about this? Lifting the inside front wheel. Don't worry about Flynn. He's away and gone out front. He's in the final, but albeit off one of the back rows. Who's going to join him? Will it be Jackson Lovelady? He's got the track position at the moment, but he's running very wide and high. And Ricky Bolton's got the chance to pass him underneath if he can keep the car together. Ricky Bolton pushing hard through 1 and 2. Can't make the pass stick. Jackson Lovelady lifting the wheels as he runs down the straight there. Hard on the brakes. He knows Ricky Bolton's there now. He knows he's defending for his life. This is his one opportunity to get into the final. What can Jackson do? Can he hold Ricky Bolton back? The 46 of Paddy North's found a bit more pace out wide. Ricky Bolton running out wide as well. Another lap ticked off by Flynn. Long way back to second place. Bolton running the outside line now. He's going to look to try and get around the 817. 817 driving a good line round the centre of the track. There's not much between these two cars, I have to say, and Paddy North is keeping an eye on them. If either one of them trips up, he'll be in the mix too. Johnson's coming on strong from near the back of the field in these final laps. Brent Emerson still running the way he always does. Tail hanging out from turn 4, side by side with Johnson. We're 10 laps down, there's just a couple to go now. Flynn's coming through 1 and 2. He's going to pick up the white flag. And there's a big gap back to Jackson Lovelady, who's defending as if his life depended on it. Ricky Bolton has got to get past if he wants to get into that final. Jackson Lovelady's got to keep him at bay. Bolton right on the back of Lovelady, pushing the nose of the car up the inside. Can't make the pass happen. Switches to the outside. Jackson's keeping it central. Bolton's giving it all or nothing. Win it or bin it. This is going to be tight. There's contact. Jackson turns. Bolton turns. The rest of the field get all mixed up. And Greg Johnson hasn't quite crossed the line. Kevin Moore does. So, we went yellow before Kevin Moore crossed the line. So Steve Flynn definitely won the race and is into the final. Well, no doubt about that.
Well, I don't.
But as for the rest,
I don't think the
massive head spin.
I don't think there's a. I can't use that expression. I'll get told off. But I think I don't think there's a certain person in the wings singing yet. I think we've got. I think we've got a 1-lap sprint now. Who caused that incident? Because the person who caused that incident has to go to the back.
I wonder if we're going to have the referee.
Oh, I'm pretty confident.
Mr. Clarkson in here looking at the replays.
I would suggest that the Pits TV will be getting replays queued up very quickly.
So Greg Johnson's out. You can see that, the 77 car with a flat rear.
We know the replays are coming.
So replays are coming. I think it's going to be a doozy.
So here we go. The replays courtesy of Debbie the Webster. And my suspicion is we're going to get many of the Jackson Lovelady. And Ricky's trying to hold that car middle of the track, and Jackson very fortunately didn't go over. Ricky took that high line, Jackson gave it the right rear, and I guess Jackson's version will be very different than Ricky's version.
It was Johnson that ripped the front off the 46 car.
Yeah, you know, where for him to go, he's just collected the front of Paddy North and taken the bonnet off.
And he very nearly got across the start-finish line, rotating, because it was still green at that point, and we go yellow at this point just before Kevin Moore gets across the line.
Ricky's on the berm. So Ricky Bolton was, So my call is that Ricky held his line. Ricky had his right rear sitting on that berm. You can see the very defined groove just about in line with Chaz Rodder's left-hand side of his car. And Jackson Lovelady moved to push Ricky wide, is what my call is.
That's your call. It's very hard to tell.
And you can see.
I agree with you about Ricky holding his line. I'm not sure that Jackson did anything untoward. To me, racing incident. That's my call on it. But again, I'm not the referee. So.
I'm fairly confident that we're going to have two drivers up here after this.
So Steve Flynn did not win that race because that race has not ended. As you can see, the drivers have been told to circulate.
If you look at the...
So the race is over because the lead car received the checkered flag. So Steve Flynn has won it. There, my bad. And and so the finishing positions we're being told is as the cars crossed the line. You couldn't write this in a comedy, and therefore Kevin Moore in the 64 car will be the second qualifier. That's what we're being told unofficially here. Because there's bound to be some protests and arguments about this.
If we watch this, Jackson enters the corner. Ricky is in that mid to high bit. They both come through the corner, and is
64 confirmed as the second qualifier.
Has been confirmed as the referee's been in our ear. Out of all of that, and of course 2 cars effectively out of the same stable, colliding with each other, parked next to each other, sharing pit crew.
Yep.
Hi, Malcolm Nardo from Suck It Up. We specialise in hydro excavation in the Canterbury region, safe dig methods around services. Also we do septic tank cleaning, drain cleaning, CCTV of your pipes. If you want an excellent service, please check us out on Facebook.
Suck It Up Limited, 740 Marston Road, Christchurch. Call them 24 hours a day on 027 588 8809.
Big business or small business, we've got mobile solutions to give any size business an edge. Our regionally based account managers can scope your business and deliver to your evolving needs. Take control of your team's business mobiles with individual plans or shared data pools, along with solutions that offer increased control over device and data security and the flexibility to easily manage your team's mobiles and apps. Whatever your business, whatever your size, talk to your Spark customer lead or business hub today.
A lot of ifs and buts in this particular repechage. They're about to get a race start, about to go green. Let's see what happens. Fluffy and Hayden off the front. Shearing and Simon in the second row. Away we go. Hayden Mackay says, I'm having this one, thank you very much. I want the lead. And he goes very deep into one and loses the position there, but he gets the slingshot out of two. They're side by side past the Value Cars Warehouse Grandstand. Looks as though Fluffy goes first. Shearing goes into Mackay and over.
That was a very committed entry by Shearing.
So here we are, we're green and racing, and again Hayden Mackay gets the jump. Can he retain the position as they go through 1 and 2? No, again Fluffy on the inside is tighter, but Mackay gets the slingshot off the outside. Here comes Cowling. So Hayden Mackay, he's got to try and bring this one home. Oh, Simon had a nibble at Cowling there up the inside, had to back out of it. Cars on the wall there, that's the 18 of Bardsley just bunting around. And so with the lap completed, Mackay leads the 73 of Grocott with the 2 of Cowling in third place, Paul Simon in fourth, Johnny Brown in the 95 in fifth place. We go back to Bardsley, who's running a bit high. That car might not be working quite right. The 53 of Hutchins is there racing with Manera, and the 444's at the back of the field. Let's concentrate on the front three. This is where the action is. This is where the payoff is. Mackay leads. He's a car length ahead of Fluffy Grocott in the 73. He's got the 2 of Cowling, a car length behind him. The rest are dropping back. I don't think they're going to be in it. Fluffy lifting the inside front wheel through 1 and 2. Mackay keeping all 4 on the clay. The 2 of Cowling keeping an eye on these 2, trying to find the right place to put his car to get the maximum grip, the maximum power down. It's tight. There's not much between them. They're lapping in the almost identical lap times. 86 Mackay just holding the advantage over Grocott. If anything's going to happen, it's going to be Cowling having a nibble at Grocott, I think. I don't think Grocott's got what it takes to get past Mackay, unless Mackay makes a mistake. Mackay running high. Cowling goes low to try up the inside of the 73. Can't make it work, but 73's vulnerable there. If the track comes to Cowling, that's where the pass will be made. Cowling taking the high line now through Enviro Waste. Still in third place. Hayden Mackay, he's got a couple of car links. This time, Cowling goes to the outside. Can he make it work round the outside? Fluffy's car just drifts out. Cowling backs out of it. There's no way through for Cowling. Fluffy taking slightly different line as he goes through the turn, keeping Cowling guessing. Cowling's trying different lines on Fluffy, trying to find the grip, trying to find the place where he can slingshot. He's gone out into the loose there. He's lost a couple of places, a couple of car lengths. Gives Fluffy a bit of breathing space.
Spin at 1.
We've got a spinner there, 95, Johnny Brown. We go yellow. That was turning into a pretty awesome battle for the top 3. The gap closes up. Simon has the opportunity to have a little nibble at Cowling now too. It's closed up the gap. Let's see what happens. We go green now, and Hayden picks it well. Cowling picks it exceptionally well. Cowling to the inside, trying to force Fluffy high. Mackay's got the line out of 2, so's Fluffy, but so has the 2 of Cowling. They're side by side. Oh, 3-way into turn 3 there. This could have ended badly, but Mackay still ahead. Fluffy bunts and hits the wall. Cowling gets past and into second place. Fluffy's not giving up yet, though. Cowling's not giving up yet. He wants the lead. Hayden Mackay's working his butt off in that car to try and stay in front. Cowling right on his tail, and the 73 of Grocott absolutely flying but can't stay with them. The rest of the field are gone. Simon's in fourth place, but he's dropping back. Here's Cowling having a go at Mackay. The 73 car takes a different line, loses out badly. I don't think Fluffy Grocott's going to make this final. I think it's going to be Hayden Mackay and the two of Cowling. Look, these two don't need to battle each other. They're at the front of this field.
They don't know that, though.
They both qualify if they just finish either position, first or second. But they are absolutely going for it. You are looking at two very highly skilled drivers and two very expensive pieces of machinery absolutely going for the doctor, and Cowling gets his nose in front. Cowling's, it's a psychological thing, I guess. Cowling's making the advantage stick. He's pulling away. We're on the final lap, I forgot to tell you. So when they go cross start finish, this will be it. Chris Cowling wins it. He qualifies. Hayden Mackay second, so does he. And a bit of sympathy for Fluffy Grocott, who put up a hell of a fight.
Yeah, that was a very tight. Hayden was given all sorts of lines through there and keeping it interesting, not keeping the guys behind him guessing. Lap times, fastest out there was a 17.68 on lap 2 by Hayden Mackay, but really Fluffy and Cowling.
But here's the thing, and look, here's the tail of the tape for me, Jared. Last lap times. Chris Cowling 18.1, Hayden Mackay 18.8, Fluffy Grocott 18.8.
Alrighty then, so here we are down in the pits. Bill Clarkson wanted a chance to catch up, and we wanted to catch up with him. Obviously, that repechage, both of them were fairly, how would you say, interesting. There's been a bit of a ruling, and I suppose you want to explain the deal that happened. It was between Ricky Bolton, I think, and Jackson Lovelady. So what's your take on it? You're the man that made the decision there.
Well, I think what happened is obviously they were on the bubble. They were trying to get into the main, and they were driving hard. Who was at fault? It doesn't really matter. Both of the cars DNF'd, so therefore they didn't go through to the repechage. So what actually happened is the rules are very clear. If the lead car takes the checkered flag, which Flynn did, and then there's a yellow, which the yellow was because of the collision on the straight. The results are the lead car and then any car under the yellow as they crossed the finish line. Now what actually happened is, I believe the drive was Moore, I'm not too sure, it was the orange and white car. They crossed the line. They were the next car to cross the line, therefore we take two cars in. There's the two cars. So we can't go back and say this guy was at fault and you need to go back in. Fact of the matter is the race is finished once the lead car goes over, and that's what happened.
And the checkered flag was waving when that lead car went over anyway. He was that far ahead, and of course those guys were coming off turn 4. That's where the episode happened, but it was too late because the checkered flag out. Once again, car crossed the line.
Yeah, so it's called a disrupted race, and it's in the rule book, and it's very clear that once the car crosses the checkered flag, if we go yellow after that, it's as they cross the line. And the only car that did was the orange and white car, and the rest of them all DNF. So that's the end of it.
What a race though, mate, and what a weekend, and the repecharges, obviously, just wow.
Mate, it's a cracker, and we got 30 laps of some of the best Super Saloon drivers in New Zealand. I can't wait. The unfortunate part about it as a referee, I don't actually get to watch the race. So, yeah, it's going to be a cracker. You know, all the people at home and that, they're in for a treat.
If you buy the on-demand stream from the Pits TV, I'm sure you'll see the race.
Mate, it's so cheap, I don't know why I don't have it.
Hey, good stuff. Well, thanks very much for clearing that up. Anything else you want to report on while you got the opportunity to?
No, it's been a great weekend, a lot of effort by all the volunteers, and yeah, we're all looking forward to an amazing 30-lap race.
Okay, thanks very much, Bill.
Cheers.
And very good. And I think we just heard the big call up for these guys to get into their grids for the Super Saloon race. It's not far away, folks. We're very, very close to the 2020 New Zealand Super Saloon Championships, brought to us by Suck It Up, the 30-lap feature. Coming up soon.
Build it, make it, fix it, shift it, tow it, stow it, dig it, lift it, mow it, trim it, grind it, chip it. We hire it. Mix it, pour it, smooth it, finish it, saw it, clean it, nail it, polish it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it. 0800 under 24/7 rent. We hire it.
Yep,
and we're away. So this is it. This is the moment these 20 drivers have been working towards, they've been hoping for, dreaming of all season. Forget the BK, forget the Mag and Turbo, the Super Nights. This is what all those hours spent in the shed, in the pits and on the track have been leading up to. This is the moment. The pit crew can't help now. The next 600 seconds will need the highest levels of concentration. Every opportunity must be taken off, every mistake eliminated. You either win it or bin it. There is no in-between for these guys. This is the 2020 New Zealand Super Saloon Final, and we're racing. Dean Waddell in the 18 just gets the edge over Flynn. Sam Waddell, beg your pardon, going back in history there. The one instead of Cowling looking very racy there. Richie Taylor back into 4th place at the moment. Lawson taking the high line already, and he's alongside Corrin in the 1-2-4. We go further back in the field, and we've got the 8 of Carball racing on his own at the moment. Hill and Pitcher side by side. Pitcher's bicycled and into the wall.
We're going to go yellow.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Pitcher there, he bicycled it in, it just took the hard right, and he has shortened the snout of that. You don't hongy the concrete. As we watch Pitcher out, courtesy of TV the Webster replay, gets in, the car just digs. It was just so much wedge in that car, and it slammed the wall. He's very fortunate it didn't do more than that. But also, throughout this race, Ray Stewart's had a massive moment, and we will watch that replay once again. Mick Quinn's had a massive moment. Those guys have gone, those cars have unsettled coming down the front straight. I don't know if you saw, Tony. No. Ray Stewart was facing the pit gate at one point.
I didn't see that. Looking at the front, and we look at the replay now, as you can see, Pitcher going in. And I don't know what happened there, really. It's not like even there's anything obvious on the track that he's hit, and there's no berm or anything there. I thought initially he had. But looking at that replay, I can't even kind of contemplate what's gone on there. Something's broken. Now he closes up. Now they come off turn 4. Now we go green, and now we're racing. Sam Waddell into turn 1 first, and look at the 1NZ car running up the inside there to get alongside Flynn. Can't quite get the pass done. The 6 of Lawson running high and makes the pass. He's into 5th place. Richie Taylor holding on to 4th at the moment, and I have to say Steve Cowling's looking very racy in that 1NZ. He wants to retain that number. Waddell goes in very, very deep. Flynn follows him. Cowling's keeping it tight near the pole line. He drifts out a little bit down the straight. Richie Taylor under a bit of pressure from the 6 of Lawson. Craig Carball's come up the inside of Corrin there. Can't quite get the pass done and dusted though. Gavin Hill's right on the tail of Carball. Short distance back to the 11 of Dixon. And the 23 car going in very deep into turn 1 and carrying terrific speed out of turn 2. My God, that's a rocket ship when he takes those lines. So another light and lap tipped off for the 18M car. That's 4 down now. Flynn's in a comfortable 2nd place. The 1NZ of Cowling, a couple of car lengths back. Then we go 3 or 4 car lengths to 58, Richie Taylor. The 6 of Lawson right on the back of Taylor. The 1-2-4 definitely in the mix and in the hunt here as well. 8 of Cardwell, he's moving up. He's making life hard for Corrin. 48, Gavin Hill is just trailing off the back of Cardwell a bit there. The 11 car of Dixon, the 23 sparks off the wall through turn 1 as he went in too deep. Dixon's getting the better of that car now. The 16 of Osborne starting to come on strong. The 17 of Ryan Marsden, not quite sure whether he's just drifting back a bit now as Osborne gets past him round the outside. Back to the back straight, back to the lead. 18, Sam Waddell. He's got it comfortable. 2 or 3 car lengths over the 6 of Grant Flynn. We go back about 5 or 6 car lengths to the 1NZ of Cowling. You get the feeling the track's starting to go away from Cowling now. 58, Richie Taylor's defending from the 6 of Lawson, who's hanging in there. Corrin off the back of those two as well. Great battle on the track between the 48 of Gavin Hill, the 8 of Craig Cardwell. We go back about 6 car lengths to the 11 of Peter Dixon, and the 16 of Mark Osborne, who's holding off the 17 of Marsden, who to me is getting quicker and quicker and quicker. Then there's Mick Quinn in the 23 just dropping off the back of Marsden a bit as the 2NZ car has come up and passed Steve Flynn in the 5. 2NZ absolutely motoring. Oh, Steve Flynn goes into the back of him, but they both keep going in the right direction. We're starting to come up to Kevin Moore. Sam Waddell's going to have to make that first lap pass on Moore in the next lap or two, I think. We're 10 laps down, 1/3 distance. Waddell goes very deep into turn 1. He finds the grip out there deep in the turn, and Flynn following him with a similar line. Cowling still in 3rd, but he's a long way back. These front two have cleared out. It's going to be one of these two, I think. It's going to be Dean Waddell or Grant Flynn. Who's going to take this? Sam. I keep getting that wrong. Sorry, Sam Waddell or Grant Flynn is going to take this because they're so far ahead. Steve Cowling doing his best, but he can't stay with them. Richie Taylor, he's just not in it. Kane Lawson keeping Richie very honest there, and the battle between Cardwell and Corrin is well worth watching down the pack there too. Let's go back to the front. Sam Waddell running down the back straight now, past the Value Cars grandstand, into Enviroways turn, keeping it about mid to high track, using the berm to good effect, and he's maintaining a pretty constant gap. Yeah, it's just about 1 second over Flynn. We've got a spinner in turn 4.
We do, and that resets us.
It resets all the gaps, all the gaps. We had 1 second between Waddell and Flynn. We had 2.6 seconds between Flynn and Cowling. We had 1.6 seconds between Cowling and Taylor. All of those gaps are now going to
Kane Lawson's round.
Going to be closed out.
Oh, Kane Lawson was doing well there. It's gone round on him. Now, this tyre temperature's reset, brakes reset. As we look to see what was the cause of that incident, we know who the cars were. We know that Mick Quinn. We look to see. And so Sam Waddell. This is not what he wanted. He had that nice little gap. Now, of course, they've left Kevin Moore, the 64R car there.
Yeah, that's right. We've got Kane Lawson on the front straight there, just getting his car checked out. I'm not quite sure. I guess he's looking for a decision as to whether or not he was tapped. We're just looking at the replay there, and we can't quite see. It'd be interesting to watch that replay again. It's kind of out of frame as to whether there was some contact on the 6 car or not. Obviously, Kane Lawson's not happy about being told what's what. Looks like a big gap back between Lawson and the car following him, which I think was Richie Taylor. Oh no, Taylor's in front, I beg your pardon. So Kane Lawson waiting for a decision from the referee. He's just been in our commentary box here looking at the replay. It's a little inconclusive, I have to say, as to what went on there. Oh boy, but you're absolutely right, Jared. This resets the game. This resets the gaps and the distances, and there were good gaps between those drivers. They had worked hard for 12 laps to generate 1.5 second gaps, and now they're all reset back up again.
Yeah, it's one of those things too. Your brakes get a chance to cool down if you've been working your brakes hard. Sometimes your brakes need temperature in them, and that creates a problem for the restart. Also, your tyres, depending what duro you're running, the heat will come out or go out of the tyre.
So Kane's obviously been deemed the prime cause of the yellow, so he's been told to restart from the back of the line. That's an absolute disaster for Kane Lawson. He will be spitting tacks in there.
I'd imagine from his perspective he felt like he's been touched. Certainly when we watched the replay it was inconclusive because they had a shot if there was any contact. So Waddell, and this little 357 motor in the 6 car. So this is the Flynn's of course going back to the smaller engines. Now the 124 car is pulled up.
He's asking for some attention there as well. He's got something to say to the track staff. Of course, Kevin Moore in the 64 car there, he's in third position on the restart here, but he's a lapped car. He's a lap down for the 18 and 6, and presumably the 1NZ of Cowling will be wanting to get past him pretty quickly. So he looks to be in third, but he's actually not. He's right at the back of the field at the moment.
Now when we start on the start of lap 13.
Correct.
12 completed. If we get any more yellows, these are big V8s in these cars. They are chewing through the literage.
Yep.
You do run the risk, if you have too many moments like this, particularly now we've got drivers having for lack of a better word, a spat between what actually happened. We're chewing through methanol. I would just about, if it was me, park the car on the front straight, turn her off and wait till we restarted.
So we can only surmise what's happening here, but Dan Corrin has pulled over, had a word with the officials.
Okay.
So referee has just confirmed the 124 stopped, admitted fault, and so as the prime cause then goes to the back, and the 6 car gets reinstated into position. Now, if that's not sportsmanship, I don't know what is.
Situated just 1.5 hours drive from Christchurch is Hanmer Springs, a small alpine village that has everything for the adventurer or for someone looking to relax. Stay a while and enjoy a bike ride through the numerous bush tracks, or relax in the famous hot pools. Take the whole family and let the kids take on the many attractions on offer. And to top off your stay, book now with Hanmer Holiday Homes, where there's a budget and accommodation to suit everyone. Call now.
The St. Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-bone fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
Sam Waddell, can he build a lead again? Can Flynn get ahead again of Cowling? We're green, we're racing. Lap 13 restarts and we're away. Kevin Moore being very careful to stay out of the way of the cars that are racing. As we go down the back straight, Waddell's already opened up a couple of car lengths over Flynn. The 1NZ car there has got past Moore, and it looks as though Richie Taylor's having a bit of difficulty in getting past Moore. Lawson's just dropped back slightly there as Cardwell's made the pass and got through. Richie Taylor bouncing around in the rough stuff out wide, making heavy weather of getting past the 64 car, and that's allowed Cardwell to get close to the back of him. Coming out of turn 4 now and down the front straight to tick off another lap. The 18M car looks very safe, secure and serene out there. He's leading the New Zealand Super Saloon Championship final and he's making it look easy. The 6 car of Flynn, Grant Flynn from the Bay, holding on to second place as the 1NZ car of Cowling starts to come back at him. We've got contact mid-pack, but they're still going. That was Osborne on the back of Marsden. Osborne now to the back of the 2NZ car. 2NZ's taken advantage and come through. Chris Cowling absolutely on fire in this race. Has he got enough laps left to get into the front? I don't know. Waddell carries on his merry way deep into turn 1. Flynn follows him. Cowling running the tighter lower line. And now a battle for 4th between Richie Taylor and the 8 of Cardwell. They've cleared out from the 48 of Gavin Hill. The 11 of Dixon coming into the picture. He's leading the 23 of Quinn. And further behind them, 6 of Lawson, the 2 of Cowling and the 17 of Marsden. I'll tell you what, Cowling's going to be near the front of this field. We're 17 laps in, a little bit over half distance. Sam Waddell, he's got a lead of about, let's see what the ELS says, 1.4 second. He added another 10th on that lap. Flynn, he's about 0.7 ahead of Cowling. And Cardwell has got past Taylor into 4th place. So Taylor back to 5th now. Gavin Hill in 6th place. Then we go back to Dixon, Quinn, Chris Cowling in the 2NZ car, the 17 of Marsden, the 6 of Lawson, who's dropping back now. The track's away from him. And the 16 of Osborne, who, if anything's coming on quite strong, I think. So we keep racing. Plenty of space around most of the cars now. Plenty of room for them. Less potential for bingles and incidents. The 18 of Waddell still in the lead. He's increasing that lead. Cowling persisting with that low line. Just can't get onto the back of Flynn. He's still in third place. Cardwell closing down on Cowling slowly. And the 58 of Richie Taylor right on the back of Cardwell. Where's the other Cowling, the 2NZ car? He's coming through. He's not that far behind. Too far, I think, to get to the front, but he's coming through with a magnificent drive. The 11 car working super well now, and the 23 of Quinn passes the 17 of Marsden again. The track coming to Quinn now, I think. So where's our race leader? He's between 1 and 2, coming onto the back straight, running down past the Value Cars grandstand, into Enviro Waste turn. In a few more laps time, he'll be into some of the back markers. I see Ray Stewart battling with the 27 of Trevor Elliott there. And I see the 124 of Dan Corrin trying to move forward. 23 laps down now, 7 to go. Sam Waddell still running pretty darn hot on this track. Has he got what it takes for the last few laps? If anything, I think the gap's dropping a bit now. Yes, it is, back down to 1.1. So Flynn took 3/10 out of him on that lap, and Cowling did as well. Cowling staying there. It's a long way back to Cardwell and Taylor, who are racing the absolute socks off their cars, and then back to Peter Dixon in 6th place.
Yellow
We've
lights.
gone yellow. Someone spun up.
Quinn spun it too.
Oh, dear.
So, 6-lap sprint.
7 laps to determine the New Zealand Super Saloon champion for 2020. Brought to us by Suck It Up and Coke and Tools with Glen. We're green and we're racing again, and Sam Waddell cruises off into the distance. There's no other word for it. He's so smooth, so assured on the track. He's just cruising that car. But Flynn is starting to find some pace and come back at him. Cowling trying to stay with them. Cardwell, the car with bits dangling off the back of it, he's trying to stay there too. Gavin Hill's decided to go to the high line and say, bugger it, I'm going to try and get round there outside of the lot of you.
Yep.
We've got one in the wall, Ryan Marsden.
We go back a lap. Oh, this has that feel of the New Zealand modified title all of a sudden. 20-something years later, and we start getting the yellows.
And the top contenders keep binning it into the wall. Yeah, I know. Lights are out. Waddell, Cowling. No, Waddell, Flynn, Cowling. I better get that right. Cardwell, Taylor, Gavin Hill. Who's going to do what? We're green, we're racing. Again, just like the last time, Waddell cruises off into the distance. This time, Steve Cowling gets the better jump through one. He's right on the back of Flynn, can't make the pass stick. Craig Cardwell's had a great exit from turn 2, and he's almost alongside the 1NZ car, challenging for third place. Gavin Hill's out super wide and doing super well, and he's dragging the 11T with him. Another one. Oh, it's 86, Hayden Mackay, but he's kept it going. Well done, Hayden. Good sportsmanship. Kept his foot up, and he's rejoined at the back.
Cardwell's coming on.
So Waddell from Flynn. Cardwell's alongside Cowling. The battle for third is there, but Flynn's right on the tail of Waddell. That's 25 laps down. We've still got 5 to go, for goodness sake. This is thrilling stuff. 3 wide into turn 2. This is going to end in disaster, I think. No. Cardwell just backs out slightly. Waddell still in front, but the battle for the rest of the placings is anybody's. Cowling, 1NZ car, up the inside of the 6. Can he make it stick? He's left room for the 8. But Cardwell's car just not quite got what it takes, and here comes Gavin Hill to join this party. And Richie Taylor's taking advantage of these guys racing, and he's caught up on them as well. Another lap tick down for Sam Waddell. Unless something goes drastically wrong, Waddell's got this, but 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, goodness me. Flynn running the outside line, trying to follow the same lines as Waddell, holding on to 2nd place. Cowling's dropped back, he's still in 3rd. Cardwell trying his best to get past Cowling, can't make it happen. I don't think Gavin Hill's got any more on that outside line. I think he's given everything he has. Taylor racing with the 2NZ. The 2NZ, where's Chris Cowling come from? In the back of the field, and he's now challenging for 5th or 6th place. Unbelievable. He's dragging the 16 of Osborne with him, and Dixon. All Dixon can do is just watch this unfold in front. White flag. 1 lap to go. Sammy Waddell, can he bring it home? He's led the whole race from woe to go. Can he bring it home? Half a lap left. We got a spinner. Gavin Hill's gone round. We've got contact. We must go yellow. We won't go yellow. The referee's gonna The referee lets it run. Green, the winner, Sam Waddell. Second, Grant Flynn. Third, Steve Cowling. Broken cars litter the track.
Wow. Wow. Well, Waddell, what I will predict, the first of many New Zealand titles for Sam Waddell. Grant Flynn, so close, he hung with him all the way to the end, and Steve Cowling, he tried that low line and he just couldn't get any go forward out of 2.
No, he couldn't.
But credit to the Waddell team, they have been the fastest car all weekend. Top qualifier. This is deserved.
If anyone deserved it, it's him. Absolutely.
Five qualifying races.
Yep.
And look at the car. Apart from a little bit of duct tape on holding the corner of the bumper, bonnet down, it's tidy.
It's tidy. Hasn't been involved in the bingles that have been happening all over the track.
Exactly as Blondie Chamberlain said to you after he won his title here. Look at my car.
There's no marks on it. There's no tyre marks on it. There's nothing. And Sam Waddell will be able to say the same.
Okay, sorry about that, folks. These guys are all having man love sessions here at the moment. Dad's catching up with Steve Cowling. Here he is, mate. I'll tell you what, you just played it cool. You couldn't obviously do too much to get ahead of these fast guys, but mate, Steve Cowling, move 1 to 3. That's still pretty bloody awesome, man.
Hey, to finish on this podium anytime in like 50 top cars this weekend, so I can't thank enough for the whole Cowling Motorsport team. My brother made us a little bit of hard work this weekend with a little bit of bad luck he had, but yeah, I couldn't do it without all our family and support, and well done to Sam and Grant. They drove great in that whole race. I had nothing for them. I was trying, but I can't be more proud. It's still to get a 3 on the doors, something pretty special as well. So.
But it was just amazing, eh? It was, you know, to sit where you were. I mean, your brother was coming up pretty quickly. It was just unfortunate it was another 10 laps. It would have been a different story, but it doesn't matter, mate. This is it. You got 3 NZ. What does it mean to you, Steve?
Oh, it's great, you know, to come back here, you know, like to win the one last year was really special, and then to back it up to finish on the podium again, you know, the 2 years in a row, that's pretty cool. I could never do that in the saloon, so to do it in this tough grade, you know, like these guys are real tough every week, you know, so it was a good clean race, and it was a great battle, and I hope we put a show on for the crowd, you know. Yeah, we almost had this Tarangrai team base up contracting car up there, but third's great, and I'm stoked.
Oh, I would be too. Congratulations, mate. Well, ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause. The new 3NZ, of course, it is Steve Cowling. Let's grab Grant Flynn. Congratulations, mate. That's an awesome drive. I think we were talking earlier on in the night that the Bay has been pretty good with Speedway results over this season, and you've just added a 2NZ. What does it mean to you, mate? 6-speed, a 2NZ?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty chuffed. I mean, 10 years ago we debuted this car and I got 2NZ, so, you know, it just goes to show that you don't necessarily have to keep updating. But, I mean, credit to Sam and Steve. I mean, it was a hell of a battle out there on those restarts. You know, Steve was up the inside and I kept thinking, keep going, Sam, keep going. But hats off to everybody, all their crew. They put in a huge amount of effort, and I just really want to shout out to, obviously, my team, my mum and dad. They put a heap of effort into our racing. My lovely wife, Vicky Lee, it's her birthday today, so sorry I couldn't get number 1, but we'll still take number 2 and be proud of it. All our crew that are here helping, Brian and Rach and Troy and Bill and Jake and Tyler and Cara and Jamie and everybody who pitches in. I mean, it's a pretty tough gig this, and we travel from one end of the country to the other. So another little thing, I just need a shout out to Burger King, Napier Collision, Price Engineering, Mark Batar Transport, Galbraith Earth Movers, Bay Tyres and Forestry Maintenance. Without those guys backing us, we wouldn't be able to do it at the level we're at. And Resine, obviously, so cheers.
How hard was it, though? Could you hear everybody behind you sort of clipping at your door, or, you know, were you just sort of focused on what was happening up front of you?
Well, this guy told me there's a big screen in the corner, and if you look really quickly, it'll tell you how many laps were done, but I couldn't see that counter. I was looking every yellow light, but no, I mean, I knew Steve was there on those restarts, but I was just concentrating on getting my corners right and not not running into the back of Sam or pushing too hard, that something could have happened. So credit to everyone, and I hope it was a successful weekend for all involved.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. Let's give him a big round of applause, folks. The new 2NZ, it is Grant Flynn. And then there was one. Here he is. Look at this, mate. We'll stand on this side here. I'm right-handed. Okay, so here he is, of course. This is it. This is the new New Zealand champion, mate. We spoke earlier on in the day. You were sort of just cool, calm and collected about the whole scenario. You did it, man. You're 1NZ. How does it make you feel?
Yeah, it's pretty speechless at the moment. I can't say enough about my guys and everyone behind me. Bordy, for all the hours he puts into the car, week in, week out. And his whole family, makes it, this makes it all worth it. Huge thank you to my mum, my dad for their support. Chris and Mason and Xavier and Kalis and Fergus and Christian and all the support team. Just can't thank them enough.
Were you a bit concerned when you had those yellow lights come out? Were you looking at the big screen going past it to see how close everybody was to you?
Yeah, I was always worried about Chris coming on the bottom because we were banging away on the top, and on those yellows they read out the order and you sort of listen to who's behind you, and the order didn't change much, and you can sort of come out the corners and look at the entry to the corner and see who's there, and I could see Steve there, and they ran over the order, and there's only Grant between me and him, so I knew that we had good car speed, so that was that was a huge bonus and a huge confidence to just keep chipping away, and had confidence that we had a fast car.
It's amazing, mate, and of course your whole crew's here. They come rushing out here and congratulate. It must be cool to have all these people here. You're in the big screen, you're on the big stage, you're on everything, mate. Congratulations, mate. It's awesome. You good sponsors? Who looks after you? Yeah,
JD Bell Investments, Rutherford Signs and Shape and Spray. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be down here as well.
Well, congratulations. Well done, mate. You are the new New Zealand champion. Give him a round of applause. It is, of course, Sam Waddell. Sammy, this is your first major New Zealand title for Super Saloons. What'd you think?
I'm lost for words. It was amazing, man. Like, that racing out there was just exquisite. Great competition. I'm lost for words again. It's just, all around amazing. It was great.
Good stuff. And of course, I bet you'll be back looking forward to the next New Zealand Super Saloon champs, eh?
Oh, God, you know it. And so, like everyone else as well, I bet,
Okay, well that's it. We're going to sign off tonight, folks. Thanks very much for tuning up to the Pits TV. We'll catch you next week.